Hey everybody. Um, I'm a little out of sorts right now, and I almost canceled the live, but I didn't know when I would get another chance to come on, and I had some things that I wanted to show you. So, make sure that you're looking at what I think you're looking at, and I apologize that I'm out of sorts. I got some sad news about an hour ago. So what I did was had a good little cry, and then I decided to clean up my work area a little bit. So believe it or not, what you're looking at is the cleaned up version. A few minutes ago it was not so cleaned up. This weekend was a special weekend for me and about, 300 or so of my fellow demonstrator friends, in that we were able to participate. We had an opportunity to participate in some training and make and take projects with Rhonda Wade and Erica Serwin and Carol Hickman. And Michelle Litwiller also appeared. So I've been busy working on those projects, and then I also had a class that I was designing, which you'll hear more about this week. It's a stamp set extravaganza, and I designed a class, and yes, everybody take a deep breath, I actually did design a class, and Hope Hardy designed a class, and Carrie Blake designed a class, and Lisa Bauer designed a class, and we're going to come together and offer those to you all as an extravaganza. So 16 projects, 4 different stamp sets. But that's coming, I think, this week to be ordered in July. So I want to show you first, we'll set that aside, and show you some of the things that we worked on this weekend. So this is one, and I thought I had this zoomed in. I'm afraid to touch anything because we all know how that works for me. But let me see. Yeah, I'm afraid to touch anything. Okay, I'm just going to pick it up because I am afraid to touch anything. I know that it's working well right now. So this is the, oh dadgum, it's called, where did it go? Above the Clouds is the stamp set, and it has a coordinating punch that goes with it. And it should have been over here because actually that's what I want to work on with you for a few minutes. This was not one of the first stamp sets I ordered. I thought I was going to be able to do without it, and then everybody started posting some adorable projects, and so now it is one of my new favorites. And then this ribbon is from the Magnolia Suite. So there's that one, and then this one, Purple Posy. So these are the new colors. This is Seaside Spray, and then this one is Purple Posy. And no, we're still not able to order the ink pads for Purple Posy just yet. I actually colored this with my Stampin' Blends. And I'm loving this Designer Series paper that we have available in each color family. This is obviously the color family for the new In Colors. And this is Rococo Rose. And look at this adorable little library clip here on the end. A package of those, and I need to be figuring out a bunch of fun things to do with them. And these little rhinestones are from the Peacock Suite. They're called Noble Peacock Rhinestones, and there's 5 different colors here, and so loads of fun, and a couple of different sizes. So lots of fun. You can't really see the colors there at all. How do I make you see? That way. It's kind of funny that the small picture might actually be better, but you can see a little bit more of the colors there. But it looks like there's a peacock green, then maybe, I don't know what this green might be, kind of an olive green, and then a pink and a purple and a blue. I should probably know what those colors are really going with, but their jewel tones are just gorgeous. then I really liked this card with the pretty peacock color and the pennant. So I just stamped that on a scratch piece of white and fussy cut it out, and then colored it with just my regular markers, Stampin' Write markers. And I used terracotta tile and crushed curry. And then here you can see these rhinestones that look to be pretty peacock color. Then we move on to a different stamp set. This is called Beautiful Friendship, and isn't it just lovely? Can you see the detail? My light is just not going to be cooperative. We just had a storm roll through here, so it's probably got the light all messed up. Okay, I'm going this way. Yeah, going this way. See if you can see me better. And you cannot. The background, so the card base is Mary Merlot, and I have stamped along the edge with Mary Merlot as well, and making this really cool little texture. And I hope my sound is okay. I meant to add a place for you all to text Hardin and let him know to come tell me if something was off. But I didn't post his phone number yet. So anyway, then this one again is using the same Beautiful Friendship stamp set with the pretty peacock and Mango Melody ink here for the greeting, and Old Olive leaves, I think they're leaves, and then the peacock foil, and then the Mossy Meadow twine that is part of the Magnolia Suite. Then we move on to the Bird Ballad. This was the first I had played with the Bird Ballad. Isn't she lovely? I'm going to jump from all of these soft, beautiful colors to some really bold things. And then I still have I have 3 more classes still to do. See, a couple of them have stamp sets that I don't have yet, and one of them I just didn't get that far. This background is the birch background stamp. Isn't it gorgeous? I just love it. So it lets us create that, one of our favorite wood grain textures for our backgrounds. So, in love with those. So Pam is very relieved that I have created some more cards for her to organize and get ready for my card bin if I don't get them sent out. This card actually was created for someone in particular. Friday was my niece Mallory's birthday. So let's see if I can get this in. Let me see. Isn't this awesome? So the happy birthday stamp is from the perennial birthday stamp set, and I stamped that in Bermuda Bay. And then this background I actually achieved using watercolor paper and the new pigment crystals from Stampin' Up. It's the first time I've used them. So this is her birthday card. So I thought I would just continue to play. And yeah, as long as I'm inky, I might as well just keep going, right? So like I said, we just had this rainstorm that came through. And not 10 minutes before that, I went outside and rescued these 3 pieces that I had outside drying. Right? So these 3 pieces of watercolor paper. And then while they were outside drying, I had continued playing with some embossed resist techniques. And that's a little bit of what I want to show you today, but maybe a little different spin on it. So this is actually maybe a background for a card, although you could come back in, and this is the Wild Rose stamp, and I used embossed resist with white embossing powder, and then I let the embossed edges kind of hold the water of each color, which let me color. Now it wasn't completely successful, I jumped ahead of myself a little bit, but look at these incredible pigments, these really rich colors that you get with the new pigments, and they match the Stampin' Up! Colors. So I actually pulled over the coordinating cardstock to show you. So we have Gorgeous Grape, Bermuda Bay, Daffodil Delight, Melon Mambo, Mango Melody, and then, do I have all these right? Gorgeous Grape, Gorgeous Grape, Bermuda Bay, Daffodil Delight, Mango Melody, Melon Mambo, and Granny Apple Green. I forgot to grab Granny Apple Green. But how cool is this? They actually match. I mean, not only do they coordinate, but they seriously match. People, look at this. See, here's the Mango Melody. Here's some Gorgeous Grape. Just so cool. Okay. But what did I have in mind? So I do have something in mind for these, and we'll come back to that in a second. But I think I get a lot of questions about this emboss resist technique. This you can kind of see. Yep, you get your paper wet, you sprinkle it on, you add more water, you let it dry, and then you do something with it, right? This, same thing, but I used more colors. But this one is a little different, right? We're not always sure about embossing in the first place, and then to do something like this is quite perplexing. So this is what we're going to do a little bit of right now. I had something to tell you there, and I completely forgot it. Dadgum. Anyway, there's so many ways to use the pigment crystals, and let me just shut up and show you what I wanted to show you. So I decided I wanted to do a little emboss resist with hot air balloon. So the way you do this, and I'm going to use our new shimmer. This is all kinds of new, right? I'm going to use the new shimmer black embossing powder as well. And I didn't use an embossing buddy on the first ones that I did, not because I couldn't find it, but because I was okay with whatever happened in the background. These crystals can get everywhere. I should not be wearing a white shirt, but I already was, so taking a risk. Do I look taller today? My table is too tall for me, and I've been standing here most of the weekend. So I went out this morning and decided, okay, I got to do something about this. I've either got to order a step or make my own. So I borrowed something from my granddaughter. Let me show you. I've made a step. Lifted myself up a little bit. It was easier on my elbow, on my arms. I'm at a much better height now. Alright, so I had a piece of... Lost it. That in. Oh no, it's right under there. Okay, I've really lost it. Okay, so I stamped in Versamark, which I know you can't see. There's nothing. Well, you can kind of see at that angle that it is what we call clear embossed or clear stamped. And then I'm going to come. The Versamark takes a long time to dry, so I'm going to Alright, I can see. Looks like Mary Sweeney is watching live. Hi, Mary. Thank you for being here. Alright, so now resist the urge to blow on this. Okay. So I've just tapped off the excess there, and I went ahead and cut. Now, I'm not using watercolor paper on this because watercolor paper has a great deal of texture to it, and I'm using shimmer white paper. It's a little heavier than our regular Whisper White. It has some shimmer to it, and it takes the water quite well. That's what I used on this piece as well. I used watercolor paper on all of the others. Okay, I've forgotten exactly what I envisioned. I'm going to turn this way this time. Not for any specific reason, but because I really don't have an amazing plan. Okay. Yeah, I really don't know at all what I'm going to do with these, except that I wanted to kind of show you a couple of techniques combined, which is probably not a good idea. I should probably do them independently. But we get to see the new sprinkles. We get to try out this new embossing powder. And take away a little of my sadness today. Now, I'm going to heat emboss now. So these little clamp things my husband got for me at Harbor Freight, and that keeps my fingers from getting too hot. It's going to be loud for a second or two while I melt the embossing powder. Come on. Oh, wow. Definitely has some shimmer to the embossing powder. It's almost iridescent. Oh man, I don't know how I'm going to show you the shimmer of this. Can you almost see it? You can definitely see the shine, but that might not be so expected. It's definitely got little flecks of, I can't figure out how to hold it. I hate when other people try and do this, because you just know the phone's not going to capture it. But I have to try for some reason. Okay, so set that over there for a second and show you a little bit about what I have in mind. There are lots of ways to work with the embossing or the pigments here. Lost my aqua painters. Okay, so I've got a few aqua painters over here. I need to grab my rag. Sorry about that. Okay. So I'm going to show you first kind of what I did on the first on watercolor. So I just got my paper really wet with my aqua painter. And then I came in with, I'm just going to do Bermuda Bay. And a little bit goes a long way. And I think you can see how the embossing is kind of keeping the colors in each of the, each of the areas of the balloon really well. And because of that, I feel like I had to move it a little bit more than I might have otherwise. Okay, I love the way that is working, and I am going to actually grab a tissue and soak this up in the corner, I think. And then I'm just going to let that dry. Isn't that amazing? So cool. Alright, so that is one way, and I'm going to just try and set that there to dry. And then the other thing I did was actually, I'm going to go ahead and close the lid before I create a big mess there. So that is Bermuda Bay. Has a ton of color to it. And I think there's a color I haven't done that with. Let's do the Mango Melody. Not for any reason other than I haven't done a lot with it. And it will show up nicely with this white. So I'm just going to put a couple of, just you saw, just that much of the sprinkles on this block. And then I'm going to add some water. And I'm kind of blocking this host code here, so let me get out of the way so you can see that. Because if you would like to order these sprinkles or anything else, I would love it if you ordered from me. Tomorrow is the last day to order, to RSVP and prepay for the C3 project that Hope and I have on next Sunday. This is our fundraiser to raise money for the Foundation for Fighting Blindness. And we would love it if you would join us. If you are not able to join, you can still order a kit to go. And you would just need to add your stamping and then assemble the kit. Here you can see I'm just continuing to add layers of color, and because it's embossed, it is pretty well staying within the balloon. Now because this has a punch with it, when this dries, I can punch these out and use them in a card. So even though the other one is outside the lines, it will still be usable this way. If you've seen the Seaside paper, it has a lot of backgrounds that make me think of these pigments and the emboss resist technique. And you can see this shimmer white is really taking the water. It's not pilling up or whatever else paper does when it gets wet. Alright. I think that's really good. So I'm going to set that aside to dry. So here you can see this really intense color, what it might be. With Bermuda Bay, I probably should have embossed in white and then added such a dark color, but can come right along and pick up just like that. That's beautiful. You can always lay down another layer, but look, I love that. That was kind of a happy accident. Okay, so I'll have to use these balloons in a card later on and find a place to set them, and then let's do something with some of these other backgrounds to create some cards. Over on my other desk. But you can use your heat gun to dry those to speed up the process, and that's a cool effect as well. But not necessarily suited for what I had in mind. And balloon. And then you might have recognized with the card that I showed you the technique is the same as some that I did to use the spotlight dinosaurs paper several weeks ago before the new catalog went live. Okay, so this one is just finished drawing. Just happen to have some white let's pin this down. So this is actually 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So it is the same size as an actual card front. So I am going to trim down 1/4 inch each way so that this measures 4 by 5 1/4. Somewhere along the lines, I got that really crooked, so I'm going to come in another 1/16 of an inch and see if I can't straighten it out. About an inch difference. And I'm going to bring the black at just a smidge. We'll see how we like this measurement. So it just came in 1/8 of an inch off of the card front size. I love black against these bright colors. This one is 1.5 inches. Grab the light. So lots of embossing today. So again, the Versamark. And I can easily trim this down. I did not use my embossing buddy on this because I didn't want the cornstarch to leave a white shadow on the black. So it's kind of a double-edged sword there. If you have a little paintbrush, which I do keep for just that sort of thing, just not where I thought it was, then you can actually just brush away the excess. I like keeping my embossing powders in these little containers. Makes it easy to contain everything rather than have to shake it back into the small container. And the clamp. I did not use the shimmer white, the new shimmer white embossing powder. I just used the regular white. That, and then I can feel the powder on my table. That's okay. To have straight. That needs to be that right. Okay. Let's see how we like this. You know, your wet paper buckles and such. So you can probably put some books on top of it to help it lay flat. I tend to just use a strong adhesive and then come back and add in your spots that don't get adhered well. Y'all know that look? It's the, I know my adhesive is here somewhere. I just had it. And I am still using fast fuse. I apologize if that is something that you don't have because you can no longer get it. And of course that was kind of a foolish thing to do because I need a tail to tie a bow. Just don't cut. Please do. sometimes it's not anything at all to be in here working by myself. But today I kind of wish I really wish I could hear all of you. And of course it's going to need dimensionals, which I need to grab a new pack of dimensionals. Okay, well, it's going to use lots of minis. Now, have I told you the trick that Celine taught me just recently? So I'm putting a lot of little minis on here to provide support. They don't all have to stick. There's only a few of them that I actually have to peel. So if I encounter one that doesn't want to peel, just move on to the next one. I used to peel each one of these and then go back and touch them all to make sure that they were all peeled. I feel like I've been given the key to the city. I don't know that I want the key to the city, but that's kind of what it feels like. I could actually pop that up, but I'm not going to. I'm going to glue it down. So I love working with these little pigments. This was my first go with the new ones. We had brusho crystals before. They didn't all have nearly the intensity that these do. I think that's pretty sweet. Alright, so there's one. Then I want to show you how I did this card. And then we have a few minutes left. I'm going to show you what was different. Something a little, I don't know about that one. But for this one, I'm going to show you what I did. So I want this to be the 5.5 by 4 1/4. So I'm going to trim off the white pieces on the edge first. And then I'll work on getting it down to the right. Not that a little white shine would be a bad thing at all. It would not. And actually, I cut it just like that, so that I can actually have a strip. So I have to do something with. So 4 1/4. It's so hard to know what to take off. Alright. Just going to chop it. It's just like working with designer series paper, right? You just got to chop it. Alright, I'll set those aside for a different project. Then I'm left with this. And I'm going to cut off 1 inch first. That goes on the inside of my card. And then I cut off. I'm going to cut off another inch to make the separation on the outside of the card. To the card front. And now I need to put one of these down so that I can see where to put my sentiment. But I don't have to put both of them down. Let's make another happy birthday card. I think those are pretty cool. And the stamp set is just the right height to fit in there. So this is from Perennial Birthday. And kind of want to use this brush seam binding. That's my ribbon. Let's come. Well, so the top ribbon is right here. I'm going to get the brush. I don't know, I may not like this at all. I chickened out. I grabbed melon lumber. And I'm going to come up pretty close to the edge, center it, and thankfully it was right side up. And then I can put the other strip down. That's the match. So this is not bleeding through. This is actually running underneath. So my ink didn't bleed through the watercolor paper, but as it buckled and drying. There's that. And then here's my strip inside. Still goes this way. Oh, we can checked, huh? So pink to the right. And I haven't put any of the rhinestones on these cards, but I might play with that as well. I feel like I put some ribbon. Oh, maybe this is too bold. Off on the side. Load them up yourselves. I like this seam binding ribbon. This is a little more narrow than the ribbon we had a couple of years ago. I'd like to see this in more colors. It's very forgiving with individuals like me that struggle to tie a bow. There you have it. Pretty quick and easy birthday party. Alright, that puts us at the 45-minute mark, guys. That's probably long enough for anybody to watch me play with ink and paper. But if I can help you shop for any of these products, please let me know. Thank you so much for being here today and adding your comments of support. I appreciate that very much. Remember to keep Mary and Evan and Nancy in your prayers. I'd be most appreciative. Janice was a very special person, and she touched a lot of lives. So have a very blessed week, and next Sunday we'll have to adjust our time if I do a Facebook Live, because this will be in the middle of our Christ-centered creation. Remember, we are making, this is our project. So for $30, it does not include the frame, but you get all the supplies to make this project, and we'll actually make them together here in Gallatin. So we have a little more room. Last call is for tomorrow. If you can't make it in person, but you'd like all the supplies to make it on your own, then please let me know, and we will take care of that for you. I feel like I'm forgetting something else, and I probably am. That's my last call for my last class in June. And then we move on to July with Girls Night Out, Sip and Stamp. We'll have the last masculine manly card in the Tuesday card series. And then I don't know what we're going to do after that. I have a couple of changes with the birthday club to announce. They'll be coming soon, and get all those dates posted. There's some changes to the demonstrator website that, for those reasons, have not updated my events there. They are posted on Facebook, and as always, please reach out if I can help you find out your opportunities to come stamp. I'd love to have you join me. Let me see if I can switch back. Okay, come on. Okay, that's not what I wanted to do. Still not what I wanted to do. This, I think, is what I want to do. Okay, so I'd love to have you come stamp with me, and I thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your support in helping us stamp out blindness. And if you'd like to play with some pigments and get lots of ink on your fingers, then I encourage you to do so. These are lots of fun. 6 colors. I don't know the price. I'll try and do that in the comments. It's fun to do embossing resist techniques with embossing powder. I use the shimmer black. Let me grab our hot air balloons and see how they're coming. Right, they are still too wet to play with. I think I can hold this one up, and you can see how pretty that is going to be. I'm afraid to turn this one up because it's going to run. So I'm going to turn it and take it down real fast, because it still has a puddle in the middle that is drying. So, everybody, have a great day. Have a great week. Thank you so much for being here. And Lori, that is going to be at Hope's studio. If we fill it up, then we'll do another overflow class at my house. We'll divide up. But so far, we still have room in her studio. Still here in Gallatin. All right, everybody, take care. Have a great week. See you soon.